Hey folks, what's up? We are on another adventure. I'm here with
Luke.
Where'd we go? Where were you? North Platte.
Yep.
Football. North Platte football. So we're heading up to the cabin. Gonna keep this video short and sweet. It will include a good historical and educational lesson. I know some people that I've talked to really like hearing some of the history. The story we're going to cover is one of the most, I would say, probably underrated, most important people of North America.
Yeah, it doesn't get talked about enough.
Yeah, at all. Yeah. So we're going to go explore Chief Standing Bear a little bit. I read a really good book about I Am a Man. Just incredible learning his history and what he did and everything that happened. But we'll get into that more later. Luke and I are headed to the cabin. Should be another great adventure. Thanks for coming along.
Thanks.
Good morning. Wow, how nice is this out? So, like we showed last night, Luke and I are up here at the cabin. Beautiful, beautiful morning today. And we are going to, we got a pretty cool adventure with going and seeing some of the standing bear stuff. I'm going to go get some coffee made and teeth brushed, coffee made. Let's make this a good day. Good morning. Well, like I said, it's a beautiful morning. Never get tired of this view. Got the puppy dogs. Luke's getting his teeth brushed and getting squared away for the day. The deck is a sheet of ice. One of the dogs just actually fell. It's so slippery. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Oh, yeah.
We got a great adventure planned for the day. Let's go check some stuff out. Baby, Sookie, come on, let's go, truck. Truck. Come on, let's go. Well, as you can tell, they've had a little bit more snow up here than we have down south. Roads are a little icy. Definitely a little bit more sketchy in here than it is back home. Ready?
Hey, Twitter world. It's me, OJ Simpson.
All right, we are heading over to Niobrara. So I want to talk just for a second a little bit about Ponca and Sioux, the Sioux tribe. It took me a while to figure out up here, and it was like several years, the dynamics of what's going on with all that. So the Ponca, basically, whatever the U.S. government asked them to do, they did it with false promises and by the government that they'd be rewarded with being able to keep their land and those types of things. And every time they turned around, the government broke their promise with them. But part of that promise was with the Sioux.
That they would get their own land? Or?
The Ponca had to give their land to the Sioux. The Sioux tribe tricked the government in D.C. into telling them that this was their land, but it actually was Ponca territory.
So they stole it from...
So then what?
So the Sioux stole it from the Ponca?
Correct. They had fought for years and years and years, tribal stuff, but the Sioux took it from the Ponca illegally in a treaty with the U.S. It's interesting up here. You have to, we're on Santee Sioux Reservation land right now, but we're going to Ponca land, and they are definitely two separate tribes. They did not get along. They didn't intermingle, and it's weird how the Sioux have taken over this area that was Ponca territory. They were treated as savages. They weren't recognized as people. And one of his famous lines at the trial was, "Our skin colors are different, but when I get cut, I bleed the same blood that you do." And they won the right to be recognized as humans, which is just nuts to think about. That they
Had to fight for that.
So that's where I believe Standing Bear is, at the forefront in our history as far as I hate using the word activist, but
He's an activist. He fought for civil rights.
yeah, but it's interesting. So we're gonna go. There's the Standing Bear Bridge, Chief Standing Bear Bridge, which is interesting. That's right at Sioux. The Sioux Reservation stops there.
Yeah.
But it's a Ponca. A lot of people get that confused, I guess is what I'm trying to say. That Chief Standing Bear, he was not Sioux, he was Ponca, but we're on Sioux land, so there's a lot of gray, weird area there.
A lot of mixed up.
Yep. So we're going to go check out the bridge, we're going to go check out the reservation, and then also the cemetery where Standing Bear's kids are buried.
Cool.
So, from the Trail of Tears, when he came back from Oklahoma with his dead son. Just amazing, just crazy. All right, let's get after it. All right, so we're here at the bridge. Just beautiful up here, and what a cool structure. Really, really cool. So the story with the bridge is it took 3 different tries for the federal government to get this to go. It is a good lookup if you want to check out the history behind it. I think right before the Depression in the 1930s, it got passed that they could build the bridge. But then it got hung up with the Depression, and like 3 different times the money got appropriated and it just never got going. So finally, what was it, 1980, 84, something like that, the bridge got built. And it was $14 million, I think, from the federal government, and then South Dakota and Nebraska each had to split the remaining $3 million. So it only cost 1.5 for each state. But a lot of folks, there was a lot of turmoil about building this thing. What is that? You can't bark at Chief Standing Bear. I knew it'd freak him out. I did. All right, so we've made it up to, we're on Ponca land. Luke and I have made it up to the statue. This is one of the coolest places up here. It's one of my favorite spots. around the cabin. I just absolutely love this area. This is just a really, really cool piece of art. I can't remember who the sculptor was, but they did an awesome, awesome job on this. Just incredible. The detail. You've probably seen in the news lately, this tomahawk has been, not this one, but the tomahawk finally got returned to the Ponca tribe. It was in a museum, I think, and it finally got brought back. So we're here at the Ponca Museum. It's kind of an interactive, interpretive museum that they have here. But one of the cool things is they have a replica of their living quarters, of a sod type house that they lived in. So we're going to go check this thing out. Really, really cool structure. Really, really cool. Part of it's on this trail. Let's go in and check it out. Place for the fire to go. Looking back out. Really neat. They do have this interactive trail, and these things are crazy. How the artwork that they do with this, and how they worshipped animals and talked with the spirits and all that. Just really, really neat stuff. Here's the house. There's the van. Let's head over to the cemetery now. Cool statues. A little freaky. So we made our way over to the Ponca Cemetery. There's also a couple of other chiefs buried here. Buffalo Chip is 80 years old. He was an Indian chief of the Ponca tribe. Really, really cool stuff. So much history. So like I said, if you're in this area, definitely come visit the Ponca Reservation. Sign about the Ponca tribe here, if you wanted to hit pause and read that. It basically goes through the Trail of Tears and also talks about his court decision. So hit pause and read that if you can. But really nice historical marker here. Well, another beautiful morning up here. We were supposed to have some snow this morning, but it did not do that. And as you can see, it actually looks really nice out. It is cold though. Luke and I are getting ready to get on the road here in a little bit. We are going to stop, and I'll take you guys along. We're going to stop at Spirit Mound, which is just north of Vermilion, South Dakota. We're going to stop there and hike up to the top of that hill. It was Lewis and Clark had visited there, and it also, the Ponca used to describe Spirit Mound as the place where the little people with the long hair lived. they were scared to death of the Spirit Mound. Get the cabin cleaned up, loaded up, and get on out of here. Puppy dogs are having a blast. So Luke and I have gotten up here, and last time I was up here, I don't think this box was here, but there's a little box, and everybody has a little sign-in box. Really cool. Awesome. Luke has another book full of stuff too. Luke and I are finishing up the walk off Spirit Mound here. It's been a really good trip. The standing bear stuff was really cool. Just interesting. Please, if you have time or if it interests you at all, read more about him and his life. He was a pretty influential person. Thanks for being here. Next week, we have sandy beaches and faraway places with hopefully tropical drinks. We'll be bringing you a little bit different adventure next week. Thanks for being here. Everybody, take care. Bye, Luke.